day to you. Happy Wednesday to everybody. Hi, Quinn. Thank you so much for coming in. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to my live. Thank you for hitting that like button. I just want to come on to share an update information about Carmelo Anthony. The latest information on him. Of course, he is one of the stories that I had promised to follow and bring up to date. Hey, Risa, thank you for joining us. Hey, Kristen. So, as you can remember, the Carmelo Anthony's story or that murder is one that I have vowed to follow and bring updates. So the update that's out there now, Carmelo, and this came about on yesterday, which was Tuesday. Carmelo Anthony, the now 18-year-old, and as you can remember, those boys were 17-year-old when this incident took place. The 18-year-old, he's 18 now, was accused of fatally stabbing another teen during an altercation at a Frisco, Texas. Keep in mind, remember this happened over in Frisco, Texas. Hey, Z Adams, thank you for joining. Welcome, everybody. Happy hump day to everybody. This incident happened at a track meet in early April. I think maybe. Hey, I am terrific. Thank you so much for joining us. Y'all, please smash that like button as you come into the chat. This incident took place, this senseless murder, it's the way I see it. It took place at a track meet in early April, I think April the 2nd to be exact, was indicted for murder by a Collin County grand jury on, again, yesterday, which was Tuesday. Keep in mind, again, that both boys were 17 years old the time of the incident. 17-year-old Anthony, if you can remember, was arrested on April 2nd in connection with that stabbing death of 17-year-old Austin Metcalf during a track meet at that stadium. Hey, Kenyatta. Good morning. Hey, thank you so much. I can't chat, but I'm listening. Okay, thank you for being here. The teen who he is facing a first degree murder charge has been on house arrest. Remember, he was released by the judge and they placed him on house arrest and he had to go into hiding because a lot of inappropriate things had been going on at his house and they felt like he was in danger and the family was in danger as well. But he was placed on house arrest after being released on a reduced bond on April the 14th. And a lot of this is just repeat because I've shared it in 2 or 3 lives, but this is just bringing you up to date that the DA has gathered enough evidence to take it before the courts, and they are going to move forward with the trial. Remember, Anthony was given, remember the judge, when this incident first happened, he was given a $1 million bail by that judge, and then she ultimately reduced it to $250,000. But now, if he is convicted, Anthony could face a possible sentence of 5 to 99 years or even life. That's what they talked about initially, or even life in prison. And as I shared before, in the Texas criminal justice system, 17-year-olds are considered adults. Hey, Vico Real. Welcome. Y'all are showing each other some love. Awesome. And I think most of you all in here are already familiar with that Carmelo Anthony and the Austin Metcalf case. the boys, there was an altercation at a track meet over in Frisco, Texas, back in April, the 1st of April, a couple days before I even started my channel. And it got out of control. Anthony pulled out a weapon. They are classifying it as a knife from his bag, and he stabbed Austin in the heart. And of course, unfortunately, he died. But that district attorney for Collin County, his name is Greg Willis. He announced that his team has worked for weeks to present evidence to the grand jury, and they finally got all that evidence together and presented it. So I'm going to read for you. This is not what Dr. J said. I'm going to read for you verbatim what DA Greg Willis shared at the press conference on yesterday. We know that this case has struck a deep nerve here in Collin County and beyond. That's understandable. When something like this happens at a school event, it shakes people to the core. And again, that's why I'm following it, because it's related to, it's a school matter. But the justice system works best when it moves with steadiness and with principle. That's what we're committed to. That's exactly what this case deserves. And again, those are words directly from the DA. Good morning, my beautiful. Hey, Marco, thank you so much for sliding through. I'm listening while driving. Love you, girl. Thank you so much for that support. You're showing some love to Kristen and Terrific. And I'm just bringing updates on what's going on with the Karmelo Anthony and the Austin Metcalf's case. That's the case that took place back at the beginning of April, where the altercation took place at that track meet. And both boys were 17, like I said, at the time. And they got into an altercation, and Austin reached into his bag, pulled out a knife, and he stabbed Austin in the chest, and he died. So that's where we are now. And just bring the updates that were the update that was released yesterday, that the DA and his team, they have gotten enough evidence together to present to the courts so that they can move forward with the case. So as this went on, DA Willis, he did acknowledge Austin Metcalf's family following the formal indictment, asking the community. He did ask the community to keep them in their thoughts, and if they are willing to, also in their prayers. And I have a quote here from Jeff Metcalf, which is Austin Daddy. He said that I'm pleased that we are moving forward with the first-degree murder indictment. It now goes into the court system. I fully believe that justice will be served for Austin Metcalf. I look forward to the forthcoming trial, but it will never bring my son back. And again, that's directly from Austin Metcalf's dad, Jeff Metcalf. So have you all, those of you that's in the chat now, have you all been keeping up with this case? Are you all still there? Can you all still hear me? Seems like the chat stopped. Okay, I am terrific said that no, you have not heard of it. Okay, but like I said, it happened out in Texas. Anthony's attorney, and his response to the alarming news yesterday, his attorney is Mike Howard. He released a video statement after the indictment on yesterday, saying in part, and again, this is quote, not Dr. J's words, this is quote, Karmelo and his family are confident in the justice system and the people of Collin County to be fair and impartial. Of course, Karmelo looks forward to his day in court. And again, that's quote from Mike Howard, which is Anthony's attorney. Okay, now because it is only in a trial that the full story can be heard and that impartial justice can be done, Howard continued. Again, Howard is Anthony's attorney. And this is quote, he stated that we expect that when the full story is heard, the prosecution will not be able to rule out the reasonable doubt that Karmelo Anthony may have acted in self-defense. Again, these are words of Mike Howard, who is the lead attorney for the Anthony's family. Those are not my words. So before they come in and start trolling on me, saying what Dr. J said, I have to give that disclaimer and let you know where the quotes are. Those are not my words. Those are direct quotes from what was his name? Mike Howard, Anthony's attorney. So with all of that being said about the updates and the indictment, what's next? What happens after this? I'm glad that you asked. The next step in this legal process will be assigning a trial judge who will then set a first appearance court date. The first appearance court could be days, weeks, or months down the road. So that the information, all of the evidence or whatever the DA has presented, they are going to move forward with the case. Okay, that was the second step to the process. And now the next step is that with this legal process, now we'll be assigning a trial judge. They got to select a judge who would then set a first appearance court date. Got to come up with the court date. And they stated that the first appearance could be days, it could be weeks, or months. We don't know. So those are the updates as far as that, the Karmelo Anthony, and the Austin Metcalf case is concerned. And like I said, this was released on yesterday. For those of you that have not been following it, it was an incident that took place at a track meet over in Frisco, Texas, back at the beginning of April. An altercation broke out between two 17-year-old high school students, whereas the African-American kid, which is Karmelo, it was raining out during the track meet, and he went underneath a tent that did not belong to his team. And the young man, which was Austin, was under that tent, and he did not want him there. He asked him to leave, and he kind of like, what's his name? Karmelo kind of like refused to leave and said, "I'm not gonna leave. If you want me to leave, you make me leave. Touch me and see what happens." So Austin decided to make good on his word, his offer, and I guess shove, touch, kick, whatever took place. And then Karmelo reached in his bag and pulled out what they characterized as a knife, and he poked him in the chest, and he actually took off running. So that's pretty much how that incident took place back in April. And when the police officer located Anthony, once the arresting officer said, and this is quote, "I have the alleged suspect in custody," Anthony, he spoke up, reportedly told the officer, "I'm not alleged. I did it." So he didn't try to say like a lot of criminals do, "Oh, it wasn't me," or keep keep running and trying to hide and have the marshals and everybody out looking for him. When he was called, he admitted to what he had done. And from what I've read, he felt as if what he did, he felt like, it could have possibly been he was protecting himself. Anthony, then I don't think that he knew that that stab or that poke or however much force was behind it was as bad as it was, because he actually, when the police handcuffed him and put Anthony in the back of the police car, according to what I read, he even asked, "Is he going to be okay? Is he going to be okay?" trying to see what you all are saying here. Trolls don't say Dr. J said it. She is reading a statement. I'm reading, and that's why I gave that disclaimer. It's not what I said. I am quoting what came directly from the DA over in Collin County. I am stating directly what the attorney for the Anthony's family said. So please don't say and put these little hateful comments up in here saying Dr. J said this and that. No, I stated it loud and clear. This is a quote directly from the DA, directly from the Anthony's attorney. But that's pretty much what happened there. And then as I read and I searched, we're calling it a knife, saying that he was stabbed with a knife. It was not, because my thing, when I first read the article, why in the world would you be at a track meet with a knife? You know, you're at the track meet, you know, you're sweaty, you're hot. This would be me gasping for air. Well, I mean, I'm not going to butcher anything. I'm not going deer hunting or into the woods. So why would you need a knife? But anyway, that gadget that we are classifying or calling a knife, it was actually an instrument or a tool. Y'all know how those track shoes have that little, and football shoes, they have that little cleat at the bottom of them. It was something, it was an instrument or a tool used to tie that cleat up at the bottom of a shoe. But I guess it looked like a knife, or they are just calling it a knife. But that's what it actually was, because it took me a minute to actually figure out why in the world would this boy have why would he have a knife at the track meet? These kids just don't understand the seriousness. Absolutely, they surely don't. In a situation like this, kind of like with the war we have going on, who wins? Nobody wins. One got death, and the other one could possibly get life. Austin got death. You know, he's 6 feet under. He's already been buried. And this 18-year-old Karmelo Anthony, he just might have life in prison. It just depends on what happens. So no, you're right. I agree with that. I am terrific. They do not know. And then the financial burden that they put on their parents as well. You know, this is money that we pay out for our children, for our loved ones. This is money that we will not get it back. This is money that we just give away. Well, not giving away because you're attorney. That's their that's their livelihood. But I'm just saying, I'm agreeing with you. I am terrific. This could have been avoided. This is what I call one of those senseless deaths. These kids just don't understand. Was Karmelo a good kid? Oh, yes, because you know when something like that happens, you know, they dig and they dive and they look on the rocks, they want everything but your birth weight. They have not picked anything, not anything really, really bad has come out about him. I am terrific. Nothing has come across any of the information or articles that I've read. I think he was a pretty good kid from a pretty good family. Just made a bad decision. And then my thing is, if the boy did not want you under their tent, just leave. Just leave. Get wet. I mean, few drops of rain won't kill us. Just leave. But I'm sure now his parents, his mom and dad, have probably told him the exact same thing. And who knows, he probably wishes that he just had walked away as well. Hey, Granny B. So I think that he was a pretty good student, pretty good child. I am terrific. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I have a couple of other lives that I've done on this. And like I said, this is one of the cases that I do plan to follow. I think it's going to be a case of the year of 2025. Along with Shannon not being so sharp is another one that I try to follow closely, as well as keeping up with the dismantling of the Department of Education too. Tav, hey, thank you. Welcome in. Good afternoon, everyone. Granny B said, it only takes one bad decision to destroy. Absolutely, and that's exactly what happened. When all he had to do, I guess it's easier said than done. Just leave the tent. That's what I would have told my son. Baby, why? Just leave. If the guy didn't want you under the tent, just go. Get wet, walk home, walk back to your car, go somewhere. Life possible over nothing. Absolutely, I am terrific. And he's only 18. And he could end up facing up to 5 to 99 years in prison to life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, NYC, thank you for stopping by. Good afternoon, Granny B. But it's right here. I might not be right. What is night, not right. Okay, you're making a correction. Granny B showing Taff some love, possibly. GJ, how are you today? Hey, man, I'm doing well. Doing well. Doing well. Just trying to stay cool. Trying to stay cool. And I hope that you're doing the same. Get you some liquid in. We don't want to dehydrate with this heat being as such. Families forever split apart. Absolutely. It was senseless, Kristen, showing out. That's all. Possibly so, but I just wish he just would have exit those people's tent when they asked. And then, I'm quite sure, I think from what I read, there were several tents set up. Maybe if they didn't want you in this tent, slide over to another tent. Maybe someone over there, in another tent would have welcomed you and would not have mind you stood under that tent until the rain stopped so you can head on your way. Granny B, we had to teach our children how to resolve, conflict resolution. We kind of like talk about that on a regular basis. Who's teaching? And I think this question I always pose to you all, Granny B, whose responsibility is it to teach? Is it solely the school, parents, the home is the first teacher? Should it take place at home or should it be a combination of both? Conflict resolution, and one way is just walk away. Just leave the tent. Just leave the tent. I mean, we know the type world that we're living in now, and all people are not, fuzzy and cuddling and loving. So if they don't want you there, leave. Leave. I mean, he's 17, but you got to learn how to read a room. When your presence is not wanted, just leave. Go somewhere else where you will and can be accepted. Maine, just stopping by to check you out for most definitely sure. Okay, I do appreciate that, Maine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, Kenyatta, you're saying it's the parents' responsibility. I can agree with that. I am terrific. Okay, you also say the parents first. Maine, like, comment. Okay, please do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share the live stream and spread the word. Thank you, Maine, for those reminders. Like and enjoy. Thank you. Thank you. It's very inviting to be. Thank you. I do appreciate you sliding up in here to check me out. Thank you, Maine. Hugs and kisses to you. And I'll be over to check you out too in a little bit. Granny B says parents. Okay. I've had 3 people to say that it's the parents' responsibility to teach this conflict resolution. Okay, and I can agree with that, but I mean, oftentimes all of the responsibilities are being put on the school, but yes, the parents, I agree with you all, the parents and the school can come in and pick up, and piggyback on in support of what the parents have been teaching at home. The family's primary environment and teaching should begin at home. Absolutely, Granny B. Yes, can we? Okay, can we get those likes up? Thank you for that reminder. I am terrific. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I am terrific. Okay, showing Maine some love. Kristen, schools are going to be starting soon, right? New criteria should be interesting. Absolutely, it will be. It will be, Kristen. Hey, Living Life. Hey, good afternoon. Hey, Living Life. Thank you for stopping by. They should also have a class at school. Yes, and what they usually do, the counselors usually takes care of that category. So that's why I said it kind of like, amused me to see most of you all did say parents, but oftentimes, a heavy load, a lot of expectations, high expectations are being put on the school. But I'm just saying, and this is just my opinion, you all know we all have opinion. The school can't do it all. They cannot do it all. I mean, the way things are just different now. And the way things are going now, it's kind of like oftentimes, and this is just my opinion, I'm included in we just want to go through the enjoyment of getting the babies, making the babies, push them out, Here you go, world. Do what you need to do, but let me get them a device first. I mean, sometimes, schools, I guess, just need to pretty much, the only thing that's missing from a school now is a dormitory. Because you have to do everything else. You have to buy the teachers, they have to buy the student clothes. Oftentimes, send the food home on the weekend. You have to do everything. You have to bathe them at school, make sure that they're tidy and clean. So the only thing that's missing, and this is my opinion, and some other educators out there would probably know what I'm talking about, just build a dormitory. Build a dormitory, keep them there, let the parents come by and pick them up on the weekend, I guess, and bring them back to us Sunday night. That's the type world we're living in now. They should also have a class at school. Yes, yes, I am terrific. They do. And the school counselors, they usually do that during their classroom visit with the conflict resolutions. Good afternoon, everyone. Living life is short and love. Starting from kindergarten, absolutely. Starting from kindergarten, or if not pre-K, wouldn't hurt. I am terrific. Okay, Kenyatta speaking to Florida. Terrific. Nice to meet you. Okay, that's May saying nice to meet you. I am terrific. Florida, hey sis. So let me just see here. Yes, Maine, you're saying to all the ladies in here, you're awesome, amazing, beautiful every day. Your blessings of goodness. Tav, I feel it's both, okay? The school and the responsibility of parents in school. But for some parents, it is a duty, not a choice. Right. I can agree with that too, Tab. But I would kind of I like the part that most of you all said parents first, and I applaud you for that. But yes, the school needs to be able to do their part too, but it does not need to be a 7 to 30, meaning 7 to be in the school, or 80-20, 80 be in the school, 20 homes. No, it should be more like that scale should be a little bit more equal, but like some of you all did point out, and I agree, it starts at home. We are the first teachers. We are, the parents are. I'm included in that we. To all the ladies in here. Okay, I feel it's both. Risa can't always put it on the parents. He old enough to know right from wrong. Kids make their parents look bad. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But it's a reflection, in my opinion. It's a reflection. No, the parents did not want him to do that, but it's a reflection, Rissa. It's a reflection. Can't always put it on the parents, but we're making some bad choices now. But oftentimes, I just got to tell the truth. We are not putting the time. And I think this young man was from actually a very good family, a very solid family. He just, but good people make bad choices sometimes, all the times. Good people make bad choices, but these parents gotta be held responsible. Well, thank God we in the school this year without having in the school shooting. I think I only share one up here. I think that was out in Dallas. But now when these young folks are getting their hands on these high powerful guns, the parents are being held responsible. They are being held responsible. So so we at some point, the parents got to tighten up. We got to tighten up. And I am included in that we. I'm included in that we. So when those trolls come through and listen to you, don't come up in here with this BS talking about that Dr. J such and such and such. And I'll make sure I'm making an effort to give my disclaimer. But anyway, we got to be held responsible. We, including me too, as parents, we have to be. And he was 17. He should have known better. He should have. Living life is giving love to terrific. Kenyatta, Tav, Rissa. Tav is saying hello. To make sure I don't miss anything, mains. That's the same to you. Okay, Granny B says parents and teachers should work in partnership to save our children. To save our children, Granny B. I had to stop right there. To save our children. Now, keep in mind, those teachers' sole responsibility now. Come on now, I have to protect them sometimes. It's to teach. It's to teach. And the teachers, they love on them as well. But the parents, like I said, we don't want the school to be carrying 80% of that load and the parents only 20. We don't want the school to be, and you notice with the numbers I'm throwing out, the highest numbers falling on the school. It should not be 90-10, meaning the school carrying 90% of that load and the parents only doing 10. We got to kind of like balance that scale. We got to balance that scale a little bit more. So parents and teachers should work in partnership. I like that word partnership, to save our children. I like save, but now this is just me. We're all entitled to an opinion, and I like to give this disclaimer. It's solely back when I came up, it was the school's responsibility to teach the children. It was the home and the parents' responsibilities to raise the children. But we kind of like have, in schools now, schools, this is kind of like a different topic for a different day. They have to teach manners. They have to teach them how to tie their shoes. You have to teach them how to wash their faces. You have to teach them how to clean from under their fingernails. I think I said manners. You have to tell them to say yes, ma'am. Like, at least thank you. Thank you takes you a long way. I said all that to say that first sentence kind of got me to thinking, Granny B, parents and teachers should work in partnership. Yes, partnership. That we got to balance that scale a little bit more to save our children. Uh, Okay, you said don't shoot the messenger, but I think counselors should have less paperwork. Yeah, I can agree with that and have more direct contact with you. Yes, I agree with that. But by the time we finish with this dismantling of education, I mean, who knows? We might not even have counselors in the school anymore. Granted, B, and you got me shifting to something else because there's still 1,315 more positions that will, according to President Trump, they gotta be faded away. So that fat has to be trimmed from somewhere. It has not been produced yet where that fat will be trimmed from, but hopefully it will come out soon. I think this month ends next Monday. School starts back in about 2 or 3 weeks. Most teachers will go back. I know in my area around I think my sister goes back. I think she said July 21st. But so, I mean, where's the fat going to be trimmed from? Okay, we've gotten rid of people from the Department of Education in your state. Okay, those other 1,315, are they going to come from the district level? Are they going to come from the school levels? Are we going to fade away the superintendents? Are we going to say, okay, superintendents, we pay you enough money. You can run this system without an assistant superintendent. Are we going to get rid of the assistant superintendents? Are we going to get rid of the SPED directors? Since the SPED component is being turned over to Kennedy, he's going to oversee that. Are we going to get rid of the curriculum directors? Are we going to drop down to the schools? Are they going to fade away the principals' positions? Are they going to get rid of the assistant principal and say, okay, principal, you should be able to run this building by yourself? Or fade away the principals and say, assistant principal, you should be, okay, we'll just call you director of school. I'm waiting for it, and I'm sure some of the people out there are waiting for it too. Or, like I've said, in almost everyone in my life, are they going to fade away, granted, be the counselors? Where they say, okay, we don't need the counselors anymore. Are they going to fade away the academic coaches? Or some of the SPED teachers going to be in that 1,315? I mean, we might not even have counselors anymore, but I agree. I agree with you. But due to money, unfortunately, they have to put other things on counselors to do that counselors really should not be able to do, which would free them up. And we need them to be freed up now more so than ever with all of the mental illnesses that we have. And these mental cases, I promise you, you see them as early as, I'm just talking about K-12 now, you see them as early as 4. You see them as early as 4 years old. Been in the world 4 years. But like you said, Brandon, if the counselor is doing this, that, and the other, who's going to tend to them? You put them on the MTSS process. Oftentimes, the counselor is over that. But if she's somewhere doing this, that, and the other, sometimes it gets pushed under the. Brandon, you had a lot. You had a lot piled up in there. You had me. You took me back a moment with that first one, so it kind of got me off my game. Okay, I am terrific, Sean Risa. Okay, so true. Living life is showing some love to Granny B and to Meg. Granny B, don't come with this again. Now, let me see what you got here. It's a very complex situation because some parents don't have skills or mindset to help children to socially develop. That's another good one. You're right. You are right. And that's why you're back. Our defects workers, I'm fixing to pick on you now. What are you doing? The schools do, in the school system, everybody in that school building, they're all mandated reporters. And I'm just speaking from experience. The schools, and I'm speaking facts here. The schools, they reach out to get help from defects for some of these parents, but oftentimes defects, they do not come through. They don't come through. But I do agree. I do agree. And then let me give you something to think about, Granny B. Is it that they can't it or they no, is it that they don't have the skills? Or they just refuse to do what they know. I don't know. I don't know. I think some of that you need to put the word choice. I would put the word choice in that statement too. I would say and choice. They might not have the mindset, or they just choose not to, or just don't want to let go of the streets, and we don't want to let go of the streets sometime. And I'm included in that we. So please don't go out and say Dr. Jake said I'm included in that we too. Don't want to let go of the streets and do what the Lord has challenged us to do. These children are blessings to us. And we have them. And I share this with my niece. Oh, your life is over. Your life is not yours anymore. You got to put me to the side and devote a whole lot of that time to raising those children. Oh, you're right about that, Dr. J. Okay. I forgot which part. I am terrific. Okay, you're right about that. Okay, yeah. Okay, hey, God is good. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. Hey, Cheryl. Hey. Thank you for stopping by. Dr. J, you are correct. And the Bible supports your statement about parents. Yes, we got to do better. I'm included in that we. I'd like to give that disclaimer. I'm included in that we. Okay, you ought to say absolutely, Dr. J. And those are two different things. Okay. Those are two different things. Okay. I've gotten to, I don't, what are two different things, Kenyatta? What are two different, this happens every time. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, Rissa said, I'm included in that too, but I made mistakes growing up and I couldn't blame my parents for it. Okay. 17 is enough for self accountability. I agree. I agree. This is this why. Okay. Okay, that's why our young men are lacking because of no accountability. Yes, no accountability. I mean, but that kind of like goes back to when you say Risa, that goes back to the home. Excuse me, hold on 1 second. Okay, but yes, you said it's not always the parents, but that accountability piece, so we just got to make sure, and I'm including in that that we're properly raising these children and putting time into preparing them to go out into the world to be productive citizen and conflict being able to resolve situations will come underneath that umbrella too. I mean, it's hard work raising children. It's hard work raising children. It's hard with two parents, and then we won't even, single. But like my preacher said once, you have some single parents out there that have actually raised some really good children. We just got to, and I'm included in that. We just got to put the time in. We have to put the time in. I am terrific. I don't think this situation is different. Carmelo seems to have come. Yes, he came from a really good family. He really did, and I think those parents really put the time into him. I just wish he would have walked away. I wish. But this case. I am terrific, and this is just my opinion about 1% of these situations that we often read and talk about. Uh, come from a good family, yes. From all of my readings, he did, and he was a pretty good kid too. But like I said, good people make bad choices from time to time. We have good people in prison right now, a lot of them. A good family, but when it comes to these young ninjas, yeah, everybody want to be bad. Those parents should be definitely okay. They should be blamed. Absolutely. Hey, Walking Tall, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am terrific. Showing Cheryl some love. Do you remember me? Yes, Walking Tall. Yes, I do. Of course I do. How can I not? How can I not remember you? Yes, you're one of my buddies. Glad you stopped by. Okay, Cheryl showing hi. I'm terrific. God is good. Train up a child in the way. There it is. In the way he should go. And when he is old, he will not depart from it. Now that's biblical there. Thank you, God is good. And that's from Proverbs 22 and 6. Train up a child in the way. And next time you come through, put the one in there about it's in Proverbs too. I can't think of it about if you spoil the spare the rod, you spoil the child. The Bible says that there's nothing wrong with tapping that honey every now and then because I did it and mine was tapped too and we survived. Hey, Dammy. Hey there. Living life in Florida, Dr. J. My dad was a math teacher and a green thumb technician. Okay. He was also a principal at a high school. Way to go, principals. Kudos to the principals. He said, Lord have mercy, I need to talk to your dad. He said that was the hardest job. What, being principal or the math teacher, sister, living life? Because both of them are hard. It's harder in that principalship role. Oh, guys, please like. Oh, thank you, Dammy, for that reminder. Dammy said to please hit that, smash that like button. Uh, I come from a long line of teachers, and my mom was one of them. And she worked in the hood. Oh boy, she worked in the hood, and she earned that check every month. Believe you me, she earned that check. Okay, she worked in the hood, but guess what? They got to be taught. They got to be taught, and she had to teach and parent them. Absolutely. You know, I said the only thing the schools are missing now, they just need to start building dormitories. Let the schools keep them. Have them back there at the dorm by 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock Sunday, and they can come and pick them up Friday, spend Saturday with them, and just bring them on back. Bring them on back. And those are facts. Those are facts. A couple of teachers I know have been asking for that. Just give them to us. Just let us have them. She didn't play, and the students and parents loved her. Okay, until this. Okay, yes, the children belong to God. Okay, that's what Demi said. Okay, I am terrific. Okay. They stay in touch with her. Absolutely. That is awesome. So that lets you know she was doing something right or she did do something right. But they still stay in touch with her now. Okay, thank you for those hearts, Demi. Granny B. Granny B don't start now. You got me scratching my head. Okay, I think counselors should push less papers and focus on the kids when needed. I agree. I'm afraid of what? I think you got cut off there. Yes, we need the counselors living up to their duties and responsibilities that they were hired to do. Granny B, I agree with that. God is good. It is the duty of parents to talk about God when they sit, walk, go to bed, and wake up. Absolutely. Absolutely. But God is good. How much of that, what percentage of that do you think, and what percentage of homes do you think that is taking place in? Okay, think about that question and then think about the question. Does that statement that you just mentioned, God is good, does it match the number of prison beds we have out there, the number of prison that's going up? And like I said in my last and almost every statement, you have prisons going up like schools now. God is good. Hi. Okay, Demi showing some love. Okay. And I'm about to get off of here as soon as I get through all of the comments. My hour will be soon up. what we have, 45 minutes. God is good says, and these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shall talk of them. They sittest in thine house, and when thou, okay, I thank you. Okay, there are some hard walkers by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. Okay, Deuteronomy 6:6. Thank you for that. Amen to the word. Okay, you're showing some love. Thanks for the sure reference. Okay, we're always thankful for that. Amen for the word. For the word. Living life is showing share some love. Walking tall. Love the name. I'm a tall gal. Okay, I am terrific. Okay. Granny B. Trump's involvement in school isn't a good move. Okay. It's involvement in okay. Okay, I have some information to share about something he said about the using devices too, but I wanted to do something on instruction today, but after this was released yesterday, Granny B, about an update with Carmelo Anthony in that case, I want to go ahead and bring that today. So I probably come back, I don't know, tonight, tomorrow, or Friday to share those other updates. Okay, damage shade. Granny B, hi. Living life terrific. I know it was hard for your mother working in the hood. Yeah, yeah, she earned every paycheck right there. That's what I said earlier. Living because it's hard when you have schools that's not in the hood. They just make us work a little bit harder. But I had a conversation with somebody about this the other day. Almost every neighborhood has a MLK. You would think, elementary school in it. You would think those would be some of the most well behaved children that there were. But boy, oh boy, me, oh my. And I'm going to leave it at that. All students, I'll say it again, because we almost have, just like we have streets, every city almost has a street named MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Street. Okay. You would think those would be the clean, out of respect for this man, you know, and putting his life and his family and everything, to make we have a better life. You would think those would be the cleanest street. And this is just my opinion. You would think MLK's elementary schools, and they are now almost in every city, would be some of the smartest, most well behaved children that there are. But all I'm going to say is, boy, oh boy, me, oh my. Read between the lines, okay? Granny says it's sad. Too many little ones come to school with a deficit. Yes, 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 yes. And somebody said earlier, was it you, Granny, that the parents don't have the mindset, okay? Capabilities. Now, with this being said, Granny, just let me throw this out there, and this is just my opinion. Anybody, my mom couldn't even read and write, but I can share this with you. When we went to school, there was four of us. When we went to school, Granny B, keep in mind, she couldn't read nor couldn't write. My mom probably, she could barely write her name. But I promise you, Granny B, when we went to school, we knew our first, our last name, we knew our birthday, we knew our ABCs, A through Z, and we could count. We could count, we could identify numbers, our shoelaces. We knew our parents' name, just basic stuff. You don't need a college degree. Once again, I just said that my mom probably had eighth grade education, if that high. She couldn't read him. She couldn't read nor write. But she made sure when each of the four of us, when we entered school, those things that we knew. And I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna, because it's almost 1 hour is almost up. There's students now in school, fourth grade. Yes, one, two, three, four, fourth grade at an elementary school can't tie their shoes. Who? Just something, food for thought. Who is Risa still in here? Who is at fault? Whose fault is that? Whose responsibility is it? And whose responsibility is it again to teach them that? Is it the school or is it at home? You don't even have to answer that. Just food for thought. Think about it later. We'll talk about it next time. Okay, Damon is showing living in Florida, some love, love. Okay, I am terrific says, see, you all kind of keep me up here a little bit longer than I need to. I am terrific says, Granny, Trump involvement in politics isn't great either. Look at you with the laughing emoji. I am terrific. Living life. Oh, damn it. Okay, showing some love. Okay, hey Seth, welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for stopping by to check up on me. Okay, I'm all okay. Thank you. You already liked. Thank you all for liking. I am terrific, Florida in the South Bronx. Oh wow, oh wow. She earned every cent. I promise you that. Granny B, don't get me. Don't make me think too much. What are you saying? Some parents suffer. Okay, from mental, emotional illness. That's where if you have like the parent sometimes like if we have children in school, and I always wondered this, if they can't kind of like care for themselves or some type major disabilities, we should take them to the hospital and have them so that they can't get them kind of fixed so they can't have children too. Okay, you're saying from drug addiction out, oftentimes parents, grandparents, that's how they end up raising a lot of these children too, Granny B. Domestic violence, okay? The condition is sad. Defects can take parents to court, remove children, give parents a treatment plan. Yes, they can, but I don't know if that always happens. I don't know if that always happens. Granny B, I tell you, if you come over to Marco Unfiltered, yeah, defects. I need to get in there and do some training for these defects workers to make sure they are doing what needs to be done for these children. If not, we need to send you over there to Detroit and some of these other places to get defects. Sharpen their skills up. But I agree, Granny B. I can go along with that one. But that's why you have so many grandparents, and believe it or not, great grandparents are raising children too, which I feel like is so unfair. They've raised theirs. Me, my mom is not still living, but I'm saying my mom has raised me. So it should not be the responsibility of my mom to raise my child if I'm capable of doing it myself. And these bad choices, these drugs, oh, that's a different conversation for a different day. I am terrific on Florida. She was a nun. No, it sounds like a nonsense mom and teacher. She loved her job, but was ecstatic to retire. I am sure. I am sure. Those teachers back in the day, they didn't play. And the thing about it, I'm included in that we. Make sure I state this right. I don't need any trolls coming at. Well, they can come. I can handle them if they come at me later. Um, things were just different then because back then the teachers the teachers meant something in the home back in the day, even like when I came up in your 17, your 80s. I was just talking to a former employee a few minutes ago, and it's just it's different now. It's different. She was saying that her daughter had called, she's teaching summer school, had called one of the parents to say, Miss Granny B, Joshua is down here sleeping in the classroom. And back in the day, you all probably could finish this sentence. The parents would care of it, this, that, and the other. But guess what that parent told this teacher just a few days ago? Because like I said, she's teaching summer school. You just don't like my child. You just don't like my child. I'm like, lady, parent, really? Whereas if a teacher had called me about my child, and I'll go as far to say as my niece, because my niece is military, so I have to help my little great nieces. I would have said, get some water. Ma'am, please get some water. You don't have to worry about anybody going water. And that's what I told the teacher, Miss Worsham, that I just talked to. I would have told them, go in the bathroom, ma'am, put me on hold, get some water, and I need you to pour it, dash it on him. Get it as cold as you can get it, and lay the phone down right there, and I will take care of the rest. But parents don't. We just. I'm including that. We just don't do things the way. But that's a different conversation that we'll have at a different time. And I do have some other topics that I do want to share. Florida. Oh, she wasn't. No, okay, no nonsense. We can't do that type stuff anymore. Teachers back then didn't play. They did not play. Living like Dr. J, my dad at work. Okay, he worked in the suburbs as a principal too. That was the hardest. I bet because you got to think, working at these private schools and you up there, when we done made it, when we made it, we have about 60 mules and a cow or something on a stick, we don't feel like the schoolhouse, as the folks say. The schoolhouse don't know what they doing down there. I make $120,000 a year. In other words, they have that money, and some people don't know how to handle it. They flaunt it. So there, and this is just my speculation, living life, kind of like being out of private school, they probably want to come up there and tell your dad what to do and tell the teachers what to do. Am I right? Just put a R or a W. Am I right or wrong? Yeah, when we make it. Granny B don't start with this statement. Okay, you say parent. Low intellectual functioning is also a factor in parents. Okay, you got it. Okay, foster care. Jesus, foster care around here. We just don't have enough foster parents to take these children in. We don't have enough. So, hey, Effie. Hey, my girl. Thank you for stopping by to check up on me. Okay, living life in Florida. Good Lord. Um, my dad was working. My mother worked in the office. That was a headache. Oh, your mom was the secretary. Your dad was the principal. Your mom was the secretary. I bet that was something. Okay, F is saying hello to everybody. Hey, Success. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm getting ready to end in a minute. Y'all, please go back and check the replay. And if you don't mind, those of you that's coming in, please smash that like button for me. I am terrific. Okay, Florida. I bet it was hard. My aunt was a principal at a junior high. Oh, wow. At one time, okay, she left because of the politics. Yes, I bet she did. And went on to teach at a college. Yes, 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 yes. But the only thing about colleges, I am terrific. Colleges are good. They just don't pay quite as much as the public school. But sometimes it's not about pay. Your mental, and I always say that, protect your mental. All money is not good money. And political talk about politics is very heavy within the school system. It really is. Very, very, very. It's deep, deep and rooted. Hey, Kamari is here. Hey, hey, hey. I am terrific. Showing, okay, so Seth some love. She's showing Kamari some love. Okay, Seth is here. Hey, Seth. Am with you. Let us grow together, my friends. Hey, come on in, Seth. Come on in. Everything, my Africa. Okay, Africa with Alma. Thank you so much for stopping by. I tell you what, you all have really surprised. You all showed out for me today. All of my family folks up in here. Florida, I bet it was. Please like. Okay, FSAs to please like if you have done. Please, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Okay, just stop by to greet you, especially. Thank you so much for stopping by. Everything Alpha with Alma. Thank you. I am terrific. Okay, she's showing I am. Y'all gonna keep me working hard. Okay, but I'm gonna read every last one of these because I appreciate you all stopping by. How are you doing? Doing great here. Doing great. Great. It's always great when we're above this dirt. Doing well. How are you? How are you today? Terrific. Wow, sister. Hello, terrific. Okay. Alma is showing terrific some love, showing Effie some love. Granny B, everything Africa and okay, how are things going on over there? Thank you for sliding on in over here in the United States of America. Okay, Quinn is back. Thank you for coming back. Granny B, here I go again. Granny B, you make me scratch my head. Now let's see what you got. Okay, mental and emotional illness can render the best of individuals helpless. Okay, I just It's just a sad situation, and all of us have to do what we can do to help. Absolutely, absolutely. A mental case, we have nothing. I mean, that's one of those things. That serenity prayer, one of those things that we cannot change. But oftentimes, I mean, that mental, we got to protect that mental as often as okay, mental and emotional illness. And I have some information I need to share too when it comes to mental, because even though mental health awareness is observed in the month of March, I think it needs to be observed throughout the year, the other 11 months as well. And I've been having issues with my computer. It's still in the shop, and trying to, but we're creatures of habit. That has forced me to use the cell phone, learn how to use the cell phone and go live. But I do have information that I want to bring on a regular basis when it comes to mental health. Okay, Quinn. Okay. Hi, Granny B. Okay, I don't know if it's my phone, but the likes aren't adding up. All right, all right. Okay, let us know. I am terrific. They're not adding up, so please let's get Dr. J's up. Okay, let's get those likes up. Now that was directly from I am terrific. Is her phone not working right, or are you all shortchanging a girl? Granny B says, from a social services background. All right, Granny B. Okay, it's so complex. I just feel that it does. I agree with that. And we got to go back to that village too. But let me ask you, and you don't have to answer this for the sake of time, but do you? Because I was just talking to the same lady talking about this. Is it too late? Is it too late to turn our youth, the mindset of our youth? Is it too late to get control? Is it too late, or will we ever go back to a family, I guess, being in a family? Is it too late, for us to dismantle some of these gangs that we have out there? Is it too late, for us to start back being parents? Is it too late for us to start back taking our children to church? That's part of the problem too. What's God is good. I don't know if she's still, just is it too late? Because in my opinion, we have a mess when it comes to, and I'm included in that we have a mess when it comes to our young folks, people. We are in a mess. I'm included in that and mature parents, yes, and they're giving birth younger and younger, Granny B. Florida, I have a sister who teaches in your state also, okay? Some parents do overly, yes, well, we're not gonna, that's a different topic right there. I need to put that on my list of topics, things we need to discuss. Their children and almost worship them. I agree. That's part of the problem right there. It's not good to spoil a child, because my mom, okay, yeah, and give them everything, because one day your head, well, I say my head might go cold, and I'm not around to spoil my little prince or princess anymore. Then what's going to happen? What's going to happen? They're going to end up stealing. And if you steal, chances are you just might kill. You're going to end up in somebody's prison somewhere. Terrific. I know your family be having some fun. Oh, yes. If you want some funny stories, find you an educator to talk to. I'm terrific. Dr. J, yes, she was getting up in age. Okay, and needed her peace. Absolutely. And I tell everybody that. More so, there's so much going on in the world right now. So many uncertainties. You, we got to protect our peace. We got to protect our peace. Florida, yes, so many. I feel like I know these people. Okay, and terrific. But that's all, ladies. I appreciate so very much you all stopping by. Now I've gone a little bit over my hour that I had planned to do. I do appreciate it. I am terrific. I think you've been in. Is this your first time catching me? I know you've been over a couple of times when I was in and up, and I'm actually done now. Living life, I know you've been in before, but I appreciate you ladies sliding up in here, showing me some love today. I do appreciate it. I had something else that I had planned to talk about today, but like I said, almost all of my lives, the three stories that I plan on, and I'm concluding now. I'm closing out that I plan to follow. This is one, because this is one that it came out right when I started. my YouTube channel. If you scroll down to the very bottom of my videos, I have a video up there about this, because I think I started this around my channel, maybe like the first Saturday around April 4th or April 6th. And I think this took place like April the 2nd. So this is one of the first stories that I had done. So I vowed to follow it throughout the duration of it. Shannon, not so smart. I plan on following that one. Has nothing to do with education, but he does have almost a school age child that he's involved with. That young lady that Shannon, not so sharp, is involved in. It's only 19, so she's only been out of school maybe a year. And just keeping up, just for knowledge purpose, keeping up with the dismantle of the Department of Education. Other stuff I do read, but I have to protect my mental. So I feel like 3 is enough for me to be able to keep up with. So this is one I changed. I had to deviate from my initial plan. So I will share that information either tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday. Just depends on what's going on. If the coast is clear, I'll come out and get that share. But that's the update. I think I am terrific. You said you were not familiar with this story, but it's one. It's buku of information out there on it, because folks are waiting to see what is going to happen as far as this. And with both of these boys being 17 years old when this happened, I just wanted to. And it happened on school grounds, so that kind of drew my attention as well. So that's pretty much all I have, and I do thank you all again so very much for showing the support. Thank you for hitting that like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, if you would do so. And we have some more content creators in here as well too. We have Living Life is a content creator, so let's go over. We need to support her. Living Life, are you going live yet? Have you started going live? And we have Granny B that's up in here. Let's go out and show her some love and some support as well. She's a content creator. She started out, all of us have started out on ground level, and we're just trying to get it off the ground, flying this plane, trying to get it up off the ground. And you all are more than welcome, if you're in here, to drop you, and I should have said that sooner when more people were in here, to drop your links so that we can go over or come over and show you all some support. So like I said, that is all that I have. Thank you all so very much for tuning in with me. Try to stay hydrated. Try not to get too hot. Make sure you get that water in. Where there is life is hope. Absolutely. I can attest to that. However, everyone has to be involved. Yes, I agree. It got to go back to taking that village. It takes a village. Absolutely. Granted, I told them that we have some content creators up in here, and I should have said it earlier while there were more people up in here, but you all are more than welcome. You and Living Life, if Living Life is still in here. I think Marco is already gone. You're more than welcome to drop your links in here. And maybe that next one that I do, just go ahead. If I forget, just go ahead and drop your link in here. And when I see it, that'll remind me to say something about it. I need to put it on. I have it on a sticky notepad as a reminder when I come up here, so that we can all come over and show you some support as well. So that's all that I have. Okay. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You are welcome. Look, you're one of my sisters. You are one of my sisters, Living Life. And we just got to help one to another. Were you in here? I just asked, have you started going live yet? Or at what point are you going to start going live, Living Life? Because I'm getting ready to end now. I don't know if you were in here when I asked, but you and Granny B both. I should have said that earlier. And like I said, I have a note. I wrote a note to myself to remind me to share that. But I forgot. But I'll be back up here, if not tonight, between tonight and Friday, because I have some more information that I had planned to share today. I'll do it between tonight and Friday. But whenever you come in, if I forget to say it, y'all just go ahead and drop your link anyway, and that will remind me to bring it up so that when we have more people in here, I can encourage or ask them to go over and show you all some support as well, if you don't mind. But I will be back again between tonight and by Friday. It just depends on when the coast is clear. Because this was not planned to talk about. This just hit hot on the press yesterday. So I wanted to go ahead and say something about it. But he's up to go before a trial. But that is all I have. Again, thank you all. Not yet, sister. Okay, this weekend. Okay, perfect. I want to know so that I can be right there with my pom pom. Go. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get off. I guess I will see you living life a little bit within a few hours. I'll see you within a few hours. Thank you again. Thank you, Dr. J. I hope everyone can see. Okay, you're going 8:30 today. Okay, I am loving your channel. Well, thank you. You all, if you can, I know a couple people, Marco is on at that time. So, but Granny B is going live at 8:30. Like I said, she's content creator and so is Living Life. I hope that both of y'all are up here and can hear. I wrote myself a note to try to say that, and I should have said it when there were more people in here. But if I forget, just drop your link in there, and that will kind of remind me to say it, like when I'm on, to just let everybody, to acknowledge it and encourage my followers to come over and support you all as well. So, but we will see. Granny B will be on tonight at 8:30. Please go over and show some support. And that's all I have for now. I can say thank you. I have my heart made here. Thank you so much for you all coming out to support. Okay? Like I said, stay hydrated. Get you some water. Don't go out there in that heat if you don't have to be out there. And continue to have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye for now.